Hello, and on behalf of the entire Cybrary security and IT learning team, welcome back to Cloud Architecture Foundations. This is Module 1.1, a cloud overview. And this is Kevin Mayo, your Cybrary instructor and data nerd. And let's get this cloud party started. So you don't know where you are going unless you know where you've been. The last time we got together, we introduced to you the Cloud Architecture Foundations course. It's 10 different learning modules, the various supplementals like Cybrary's amazing hands-on cloud labs, and why you as an IT professional need to be supporting the three types of networks today. Those networks that are cloud always, those networks that are cloud first, or are those networks that are just beginning their journey into the cloud and are today cloud curious. So what will we learn in this video? Well, we're going to learn the who, what, and why of the cloud. Who are the players? What type of services is the cloud delivering to our networks? And why is the cloud so compelling to businesses today? We will review the most common cloud platforms, such as software as a service, compute as a service, platform as a service, and cloud networking. We will review the various cloud modeling architectures, such as private cloud, public cloud, and that in-between space known as hybrid cloud and community cloud archetypes. So if you're ready to go, let's start having some fun, and let's get cloudy. About 5 years ago, I'm at the airport on business travel and having one of my favorite things, a cold microbrew. The guy sitting next to me, as it turns out, is a team leader of 8 Microsoft Exchange administrators for a U.S. Fortune 50 company. This man tells me the story of how he and his team travel the world with one purpose, to patch the software, upgrade the software, and then eventually migrate the software to the next release of over 100 Microsoft Exchange servers across 7 Exchange forests across the globe. This story is a great example of why cloud platforms such as Microsoft Office 365 software as a service is so compelling to the enterprise. Imagine just the maintenance cost of 9 guys traveling the world to manage just your company's email. And as the team leader of Exchange Server Administrators finishes his story, I remember him excitingly saying, "I can't wait for Microsoft Office 365. My team can stop managing Exchange and get back to the business his team cares about, servicing his network's end users and their customers. And for Microsoft, the delivery of the Office suite in Exchange is so much simpler. An enterprise used to have an on-site audit from Microsoft where they would audit your network to determine how much of their licensing, client and device access licenses, you were really consuming so that your subscription fees could be trued up. Now every time one of your users opens their Office 365 delivered service, Microsoft can easily and in a friendly way keep your client and device access licenses enforced and not have to rely on the honor system. Software as a service really is the answer to simplifying software consumption and software and application management." So most of this course will be on the big 3 in the cloud: Amazon Web Services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and now Google's cloud platform, GCP, which is really gaining steam. And there are so many cloud providers and cloud service offerings that it is impossible to list them all. The cloud can mean so many different things to different organizations. For now, I want to focus on IBM, International Business Machines Corporation, because it's a recognized name, and it's a great example of how traditional computing and software companies are changing the way they do business by shifting from on-premise business technologies to cloud-delivered and cloud-managed business models. This picture is from IBM's website and shows the use of computer punch cards. In 1928, IBM invented the computerized punch card. IBM punch cards became the industry standard for the next 50 years, holding nearly all of the world's known information at the time. IBM's punch cards helped automate large-scale projects such as the U.S. Census. IBM today continues to hold more U.S. patents than any other company. IBM's cloud offers are just as big, and let me share just a small list of them. Compute, bare metal and virtual servers. Network, services like load balancers. Virtual private network VPN tunnels and firewalls. Storage, management tools, tools that monitor cloud deployments, tools that even manage a competitor's cloud services, security, databases like SQL, NoSQL, and querying tools, data analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, IoT, services that connect and manage IoT devices, and software and application developer tools. IBM is a great company and a great example of how premise-based solutions have become compelling and competitive cloud solutions. So what do we mean by cloud computing and cloud computing architecture? The lowest level is infrastructure as a service, IaaS. This is where pre-configured hardware is provided to the cloud customer. There is infrastructure only, and no software is provided, such as the operating system or the applications. These are the responsibility of the buyer. Platform as a service, PaaS, goes one step further and includes the operating environment, such as the operating system and application services. Platform as a service is primarily for organizations who are developers and require a development environment for a given application, but really like the idea of someone else maintaining the deployment platform for them. And software as a service offers fully functional applications on demand to provide specific services such as email, customer relationship management, CRM, enterprise resource planning, ERP, web conferencing, and a whole host of other applications. There are so many cloud services out there. Another great example is this great cloud communications company called BroadSoft, recently purchased by Cisco. I can buy a bunch of IP telephones in my business, I can plug them into the internet, and then Cisco's BroadSoft communication cloud platform will provide me my phone lines, will provide me my telephone system features, my voicemail messaging, my WebEx meeting services and customer cloud spaces and business team spaces, my intelligent contact center and call recording services, and all the analytics about how I can better improve and how I currently use my communication platform services. So there are four primary cloud deployment models. An example of a private cloud is my company's cloud that I own and manage, like extending my services to a data center out of state where I house my own email servers and some of my application servers. Public cloud is just that, a cloud provider who shares their cloud with the public for a fee. Microsoft Office 365 is a great example of a public cloud. Hybrid is that between state. You see hybrid for companies who are a little shy and don't want to trust the cloud for everything, so some of their critical services are shared on premise and also in the cloud, like secondary servers and failover servers being cloud based, but primary services are still on prem where they can control the environment and trust the management of their critical systems to their own personnel. And a great example of a community cloud is a big city network where smaller cities and counties might share each other's services to reduce costs and maximize their personnel across their shared cloud environment. Oh, for crying out loud, it's time for a learning check. Here's four questions I'd like you to look at, hit pause, come up with the answers, and then when you're ready, hit play and we'll review the answers together. So if you're ready, let's review. So what are those three primary cloud platforms? You've got your infrastructure as a service, which is your infrastructure, but without the operating systems and the applications. You've got your platform as a service, which is your infrastructure plus your operating system and your applications. Perfect for those companies that like to develop their own applications, but not have to manage the infrastructure themselves. And then there's that software as a service, right? Which is the easy way to go get our software. What are the four different cloud deployment models? Well, you got your private cloud, you got your public cloud, you got your hybrid, which is that in between, and then the community. What are the two advantages of software as a service? Well, it's just dang easy. It's also a great way to deliver software to our users by opening up a browser. The other thing that we can do with software as a service is it's really easy for manufacturers like Microsoft to do things like CAL, Client Access License Enforcement. And what it was a great way of holding most of the world's information. Well, for 50 years, thanks to IBM, we were able to use punch cards to control and hold the world's information at hand. So in today's brief lecture, we discussed some of the who's, some of the what's, and some of the whys of the cloud. We learned a little bit about infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And we learned about private, public, hybrid, and community cloud architectures and cloud model types. So cloud on, friends. And in our next module, Infrastructure as a Service, we're going to be looking at how IaaS delivers networking as a service, wireless as a service, and firewall and VPN security technologies to the enterprise from the amazing cloud. So until next time, on behalf of the entire Cybrary security and IT team, we want to wish you, your network, and your end users happy packets.